Webheads, in this week's most anticipated comics, we got more Future State, more King in Black. Guys, I want to know, are you ready to move on from these events? Hey, all my webheads out there, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0, and fans, I am your host, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to bring you my top 10 most anticipated comic books. Fans, this is for February 10th, 2021. Guys, it's never too early to put together that pull list for next week, and hopefully this helps you make decisions on what comic books to buy. And fans, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell. And if you want to become a member of Comic Book Corner 2.0, don't forget, just go ahead on my home screen, hit that join button. It helps support the channel. And a big thank you to all that take the time to watch the channel and comment and all that great stuff. So everyone, let's get started with this week's countdown, starting with the hot seat. Yes, this is the book that I'm thinking about buying, and I could like the first issue, or maybe not, and I could drop it at any time. And this is a new series. This one is done by AWA. I like to give their books a chance because they're actually kind of good. And this one is Casual Fling, issue 1 of 5. Now, the way AWA does all their books, they're all mini-series. And I like that because it's just like a definitive ending. It doesn't drag on, and that's that. And so you can invest maybe in 4 or 5 issues to get a complete story. And if you liked it, you like it. If not, you didn't. So this one is about a female. It looks like that she has a one-night stand with this guy, and then this guy becomes a stalker, and now it's like she can't get away from him, and then eventually she's gonna have to try to stop this dude. I don't know, looks kind of cool. Give it a try, see what happens with it, right? Again, support the independent comics. AWA, looking forward to it. All right, so in this week's countdown, we have a lot of DC Future State and more King in Black, but the King in Black is not integrated in the top 10 countdown. But I feel like people are starting to get tired of Future State and are looking to get to March so we get some new DC comics, and people are tired of the King in Black tie-ins, not necessarily the main story itself. But here's what we have for tie-ins when it comes to King in Black, if you still care. So the first one is Sword, issue number 3. Release of a new book, and then you get it tied into the King in Black series. I don't know, it doesn't feel like it works. It feels like it should have just been released after King in Black came out, or not tie the story together in whatsoever. So I'm not really looking forward to this, but I am being a completionist when it comes to King in Black, so I'm definitely going to, continue to read this and see how it goes. This one's 28 pages and it's $4. The next one we have, which is kind of cool because I just read Fantastic Four issue 28. So it's like I read the last issue of a story arc, and now we're kind of kicking off something else in Fantastic Four with a King in Black tie-in. And this one is Fantastic Four issue 29, and it just says bonding time. In the middle of the chaos that is King in Black, a symbiote bonds with a member of Marvel's first family. Also in this issue, and the Unseen is putting together a squadron for a secret mission in deep space. So the one thing that I've been noticing about the King in Black tie-ins is that we are getting our heroes, they are becoming nullified. Like if you read Daredevil, you got to see Daredevil become a nullified. He became a victim of Null. Here it looks like you're going to get that in the Fantastic Four. What else have we seen it? We've seen it in many other issues too, where characters are getting possessed. Even in the Venom book, you've seen Captain America get possessed. So all these nullified characters that you've seen on these variant covers, it's actually coming true in the real story. So it makes it for a lot of fun, okay? The one thing I must say is some of these King in Black tie-ins are actually really good. And then some of them are just, they're not good at all. So it's just kind of like take it or leave it for whatever it's worth. But the next one we have is Thunderbolts issue 2. Now Thunderbolts, the first one was great because you wind up getting Kingpin, who puts together ragtag characters, just like the Suicide Squad, some really like D-list characters, and they're like, you got to go to a guy that really knows about, symbiotes and these creatures and that can help things. And Taskmaster is kind of the leader of this group. Well, right from the start, you get members just being killed off left and right in this series, which made it for a lot of fun. And who they had to meet at the end made for a very interesting plot. I'm looking forward to issue 2. This is a tie-in that I feel that you should buy. I think you'll like this one. All right, the next one is Black Panther. This is issue 1. It says symbiotes invade the unconquerable country of Wakanda. So obviously now we're going to have our creatures invade Wakanda. You're going to see a dragon, and maybe T'Challa is going to wind up being possessed by Null as well. So just like everything else that's been happening, you've been slowly seeing the corner of each little Marvel universe get affected by Null's situation. That's basically what all these tie-ins are going. So you see a dragon invade here, a dragon invade here, and it slowly possesses each particular town. How each hero handles it, it's all a little bit different. So yeah, it's cool. I'll check it out. This one is 36 pages though, and this one is $5. The next one is Daredevil issue 27. This is the Black Kitchen Part 2. Really awesome issue. Like I already told you, again, this is spoilers, so sorry I didn't warn you earlier. The Black Kitchen, yes, that's the name of the title, but the Daredevil issue 27, part 1 of this series was awesome because you wind up getting to see Daredevil actually be released from his jail cell, and he tries to help Hell's Kitchen. It was a fail. He winds up getting possessed by a symbiote, okay, and he becomes nullified. The cool thing is you get to see Elektra as Daredevil here as well. It kind of continues on with the main story, and she gets to try to think like Daredevil, which is kind of cool. And this book's artwork by Giacchetto is stellar. I mean, it's the best artwork, the most creepiest, the scariest artwork. It's something that you would see in like a horror film, and that's what made issue 26 so good. So if this is a tie-in that you should buy also, it should be this one. So check that one out. 28 pages, $4. All right. So now we're officially kicking off number 10. And number 10 is Amazing Spider-Man issue 59. I don't think there's that many great comic books coming out this particular week. So Spider-Man is lucky to be on my list because I'm very loyal to the book, to the character, longtime fan. And the last issue just made this story go dropping down all the way real far on my list. This one has to do with Mr. Negative. I hate the character. I'm not a fan of him. He's a Dan Slott creation. Not that that really has to do with it. I just think the character is dumb. He's black and white. He's whatever. He's stupid. And instead of continuing on with the whole Kindred situation and the ramifications of that, we've just deal with him and his situation. Well, I don't want to deal with his situation. I want to deal with Peter Parker's situation. So how this story continues to pan out after the whole Kindred situation, it's still yet to be determined. We'll see where it goes. Soon we're going to get that weird suit coming out too. So this one is 28 pages, $4. The next book that's dropping down a little bit on my list because I felt like this story has gone on, a little long. But this is Darth Vader. This is issue 10. The page count on this one is 28 pages. It's $4. And we've gotten to see Darth Vader do this. The Emperor has basically destroyed him, and he's had to come piece himself together, which I think is kind of interesting. He's had to do all kinds of different battles, go against this assassin, and it's been an interesting ride so far. I want to see how he bounces back from this. What's the next story arc going to be about when it comes to Darth Vader? The artwork has been really good. I do think, though, out of the Star Wars books, this continues to be much better than the original Star Wars book right now. So we'll see what happens with Darth Vader. All right, next, coming in at number 8, this is Erratic. This is issue 3. This is a 32-page comic. This one is $4. This is like AWA's SpiderMan. This is a kid who's 15 years old. He gets power one time during the day for 15 minutes or 10 minutes at a time, and he has to try to save the town when he gets this particular power. Now, based off of the AWA universe, he is called what is called a reborn. So they got infected with this virus. A lot of people died. The people that lived got reborn with powers. He's one of those people. And he moved to a different town. He's trying to fit in with school, and he's in love with this girl, and it makes for a very cool story. The artwork is really good. I feel like they tried to pack in as much story as they can, because this is, again, only like 5 issues. So how they're going to wrap this all up in 5 issues is still yet to be determined. But it's a good story, and it's a good coming of age story, and I really like it. So this one is really good. Definitely recommend it. And this one is 32 pages, $4. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm lost. I can't talk today. Anyway, let's move on to number 7. This one goes to Teen Titans Future State Teen Titans issue 2. So Red X returns to the Teen Titans. The mysterious former Teen Titans Academy student joins the surviving Titans in a final fight to stop the threat unleashed by one of the school's students. Nightwing, Raven, Crush, Shazam, Starfire, Psybeast, and Red Arrow face their demons as one of these heroes must make the ultimate sacrifice to save their world. That's what's happening in this particular issue. Now, the last issue, I liked elements of it. I love the characters in it. I love how Nightwing is kind of like the outcast of this Teen Titans group, and him and Starfire don't quite get along, but I loved how Starfire was kind of like the leader of this group, and the way her personality is she looked like she's matured a lot, and reminds me, I said this before, of a Jean Grey type of character, where she's taking matters in her own hands and raising these kids in this academy. So again, this book has elements that I really liked, but there was a lot of holes. So it made the issue feel like it was a little bit disjointed. So it was okay. We'll see where the next issue goes. Hopefully it fills in those gaps so you understand the story a little bit more. All right, next, coming in at number 6. This one goes to Future State Robin Eternal issue 2. And it's just titled Robin Eternal Part 2. So with this Future State book, we wound up getting to see Robin trying to stop these Lazarus Pit chips from being manufactured because it powers the magistrates' robots. And if they power these robots are definitely going to be like unstoppable because they got the Lazarus Pit juice in them, right? So Robin winds up going out there. She goes with Stephanie Brown, and she winds up going with somebody else. I think it was from like the Robin series, and they go to try to stop this manufacturing. Well, Robin comes across one of these, Sentinel wannabe creatures, and he winds up basically dying. Like, you see him die in the last issue, but right away he gets resurrected because of the Lazarus Pit juice. So how does it affect him going forward? Does it change his personality? Does it make him forget certain things? That's why this book is called Robin Eternal, and made for an interesting story. I thought that the artwork was a little bit stiff, but nevertheless, it was a great book. Can't wait to see what happens there. All right, so coming in at number 5. I know nothing about this book, but it looks kind of cool. And number 5 is an Image book called Radiant Black issue 1. So if you're a fan of Invincible or Mighty Power Rangers, this claims to be that you're going to be a fan of this particular book. So that's all I have for you. Basically, the character's name is Nathan Burnett, and it looks like he's been given these cosmic powers, and he's got to figure out how to use them and things like that. So I'm curious to see what this is going to be like. We don't see too many superhero books from Image Comics, so it'll be cool to see another one from here. So we'll see what happens with it. Radiant Black issue 1, 32 pages, $4. All right. Number 4 on the list goes to X-Force. This is issue 17. This one is called Love and Death. Death gives Quentin Quire a new lease on life. Long live Quentin Quire. So this one seems like it's going to be a Quentin Quire-centric issue. The last issue seemed like it was more like a one-shot, as we got to see our heroes go into the depths of the ocean to try to see what was going on underneath Krakoa as it's mutating underneath. And so it was a really fun issue. I love Quentin Quire. I think he's humorous. He's funny. He's dating one of the cuckoos Cruz. I think it's Phoebe, if I'm not mistaken. And I love this cover here as you get to see those two walking while all death and destruction is like surrounding them, but they're so in love that they don't even know what's going on. So I feel like X-Force has improved since Ten of Swords, so I'm looking forward to this issue. This one is 28 pages. This one is $4. All right, next, coming in at number 3, we have Future State Justice League. This is issue 2. The first issue of Justice League was fantastic. Now, the only downside is it gives you stories that you don't want, and you have to pay a premium price for that, which is $6. I wasn't a fan of the Justice League Dark story because I'm not a fan of those characters. But when it comes to the Justice League story, I love these, you know, new versions of our characters. These are like the next generation characters. And I love the story that they had to offer here, like with the characters not being able to converse with each other. They shouldn't know each other's names. They can't reveal their identities with each other. You had the Legion of Doom that was going to kill them, and then they were mysteriously murdered in the very next page, which was hilarious. And then we wound up getting to see who our antagonist is, posing as this Justice League at the end, and it had to be related to like Martian Manhunter, the White Martians or whatnot. So I thought it was a really interesting issue, and I thought the artwork was gorgeous in this book. So remember, you're getting 48 pages, but it's not all Justice League. It's a backup story. We'll see what happens. $6 for this book. And number 2 on the list goes to Future State Dark Detective. This is issue 3. This book has been phenomenal. I could read Dark Detective forever, even if it was its own series. I love seeing this version of Bruce Wayne, how he's completely broken and he has nothing. He literally has nothing. He lives in like basically someone's house that is just paranoid of everyone watching him at every time. It's the only house in Gotham that has a lock and key, and it's very protective by the guy's daughter, which I think is who's protecting the identity here. And it's just awesome to see Batman or Bruce Wayne just, again, broken, how he has nothing. He's got no money. He bought a motorcycle from the guy he lives with to fix his TV set. That's how he got a motorcycle. I mean, just so awesome. In the last issue, you also got to see how he survived his death, how they pronounced him as dead, because you didn't realize that after the first issue. So really great story to see how he died, supposedly, and where he went in hiding and stuff like that. So good. The artwork by Dan Mora is top-notch. Really great main story. Again, the only downfall for this one is same thing. You got to pay $6 for it, and you might get a story behind this that you might not like. So that's the only downfall of this particular book. All right. So there's your number 2. So finally, we're at number 1 after Mike Spider Slayer can't talk today or think for some reason. But here we go. Number 1 on the list goes to Taskmaster. This is issue 3. This book so far has been my most favorite book of the year. I know, again, this year has been short, but Taskmaster is awesome. He had to do battle against Hyperion in the last issue, and he won. You would never think a character like Taskmaster would win that battle, but the way he did was so awesome, and he got the shit kicked beat out of him. The artwork is top-notch in this book as well. The interactions between characters are really good. The banter between Nick Fury and Taskmaster is really good as well. This is a book that you should pick up. If you have not read this book, try to see if you can find issues 1 and 2. You're going to have a new perspective on Taskmaster when you read those 2 issues. Like, I'm a huge fan of this character now because of this comic book. And when the Black Widow movie comes out, or if it comes out, I can't wait to see him in it. So this book is 28 pages, and this one is $4. And guys, there you have it. I sputtered through my top 10 most anticipated this week. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Now I want to hear what you're most looking forward to in this coming comic book week. And as always, guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that bell. I'll leave you more content to check out right here. And guys, until next time, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.